Back again. So I thought this was an interesting topic about wisdom. How wise are you? Uh, I have a video down below that is with a presenter Alistair Begg, who I get a lot out of all the time. He's a very thought-provoking guy. But this particular presentation is on wisdom and what is wisdom and what are we like when we're wise. Uh, like many of the videos I do, if this is for the thoughtful, not the Neanderthal. So whether you're a Muslim or a Hindu or a Jew or a Christian or whatever, I think a lot of the things that he brings up in this presentation may give you pause to consider, what having wisdom uh, is about. You know, what's it really about? Who are you when you're wise? What do you like when you're wise? The presenter, he uses music lyrics, American TV shows, famous quotes, religious writings, etc., to explore what wisdom is about and what our demeanor must be when we are wise. So I think it's pretty good. Some of the things that he brings up that sort of hit me was how wisdom has changed to a lot of what we think how we think we're wise these days. And he mentioned about things changed with the Renaissance, and I thought I'd talk about that just a moment as an opening. Again, his video is down below. I'll let him do his own talking, and I encourage you to take a look at it. But he talks about the Enlightenment and how that affected things. Well, before you have the Enlightenment, you have the Renaissance. So the Renaissance pops up about the 14th through the 16th century, and that's just when we came out of what we call in the West the Dark Ages. Of course, the Muslim world had been doing plenty of things that were advanced, mathematics, etc., during the Western European Dark Ages or Middle Ages. But 16th, 14th, 6th through 16th century, society in the West started to come alive. They had gotten over the devastation of the Black Death, etc., which has sort of wiped out society, and they were getting back on their feet, and started thinking about things other than just surviving, right? So they started to use their imagination again. And this brought about the rise of humanism. Uh, Obviously, the church, the Catholic Church, you have the Protestant Reformation that happens right in the middle of this, etc. Those things are going on. And I guess, you've got these ideas that are bouncing off each other there. But you still have a world that is largely, at least in the Western Europe, largely the Christian worldview, even though there might have been perversions to it, etc. But they were there. Then you have the Enlightenment pop up. Now, but before the Enlightenment, you have I'm just giving you some historical facts to think about. You have the Gutenberg. The Gutenberg Press was created in 1450. The Gutenberg Bible was, I think, 1456. So, and this is a new thing, right? Just the printing press, period, 1450. So, obviously, the Gutenberg Bible had sort of a head start on a lot of other writings that might be more easily disseminated now because it was created with the movable printing press, the movable type. But ideas, once you could do what we call a book today with these writings, these pages that are printed on instead of handwritten and copied over and over and over. Now these thoughts and ideas, whatever they are, get promoted. And people with power who want certain ideas promoted, they can push their ideas. Now we have this going on in our world today. We've moved from simply the printing press to, once we had the radio and then TV, and now we've got the internet, but and cable TV, etc. So people with power, they can put their own ideas. They can push their ideas. They can, uh, I'll watch. You can go on and go on the internet and come across somebody who's promoting themselves, and they're giving away their books. Hey, you can get our book on, how to how your ear works, or what goes on with your intestines. I'm a doctor of gastrointestinal science, and here's my book. And of course, part of what they're doing is promoting themselves, but but they give away information. They push they get their information to you. Okay. And I've thought about my own education. I doubt that most people's education is too much different, except that obviously there are writers of the let's say the 50s and 60s, etc., and 70s by now. That if you're in high school or college now, you're reading those people as well, and those people didn't exist because that's my age, right? So at least they didn't exist in textbooks, right? They were things that were coming out contemporarily for me. But so you had the Enlightenment and the Renaissance, and the Renaissance sort of transforms into the Enlightenment. The Renaissance is just sort of the coming alive to academics and other kind of things, philosophy, and the Enlightenment, which starts, so the Renaissance is about 1400s to the 16th century, and then the Enlightenment is like the 17th up to the 19th century, and that is certainly humanistic, and that was pushed. Relativism is pushed. Uh, these are and anyway, those are the things that are getting pushed. You have people like Sir Francis Bacon, Rene Descartes, John Locke, Thomas Hobbes, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, David Hume, Spinoza, Voltaire, Immanuel Kant. Now tell me, during this period of time, you've heard all those, haven't you? These are not ancient. This is what's, at least in my experience, these are not ancient philosophers. This isn't studying Plato. This isn't studying Plato or Socrates, right? Those were thousands of years ago. These are our what we consider our modern philosophers, and of course we've got people who have written stuff since then. But these are the basis of our worldview, and it just sort of strikes me that this is what, if you go to school and get a liberal arts education at least, and if you don't get a liberal arts education, they're going to give you this somewhere. Okay, if you get anything with any kind of philosophical anything, you're going to probably have some of these names come at you. Okay, these people are not pushing a Christian faith. They're not pushing a Muslim faith. They're not pushing a Hindu faith. They're not pushing a faith. They're pushing humanism, scientificism, right? Charles Darwin shows up in his book. His book is actually called. Although you go online and they don't want you to know this. When I say they, I say those people who run the internet. They don't want you to know this. You have to dig to get this. November 24th, 1859. Charles Darwin puts out On the Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection, or the Preservation of Favored Races in the Struggle for Life. So Darwin's whole point of his thing is to give you a reason for racism. That's what he's about. We don't want to hear that, right? So they've cut out the racist aspect of Darwin. Darwin didn't even think, if you read some of the things he's wrote to other contemporary people, he didn't think that there was much basis for his theory even. He didn't think it was provable. Well, it's not provable, but it's been picked up. Why? Because his viewpoint helps to promote all these other guys who are promoting the greatness of humanity. Now, the video below is about wisdom, but I'm trying to get across to you at this point that modern man, we think we're all that wise. We think, oh, we have evolved. We are superior. We've got aliens who have big heads. The aliens are superior to us. They have big heads, bigger brains. They're superior, right? This is the whole idea behind everything we believe these days, is this whole evolutionary theory, which is saying that what was old is just old. So all that religious stuff, whether it's Muslim or Hindu or Jewish or Catholic, whatever, all that is all bunk. Protestant, Baptist, it don't matter. It's all bunk. We've evolved past that. We've got a new theory called evolutionary theory, and we have evolved. And yeah, maybe those other races might hang on to that stuff because they're inferior to us anyway. But we're superior. We are wise. Well, maybe we're not all that wise. And I think take a look at this video below. It's a very thought-provoking video about what it means to be wise. And maybe you'll get something out of it. Certainly, I think there's a lot of truth in it, and I'm all about truth and integrity. You heard, if you've watched other videos. By the way, please like, subscribe, share. Please share. Give me some response. Tell me you don't like something. Tell me I'm full of it. Or tell me you're right on. You're sharing some good information. I need to hear these things. It's just good to know that somebody is being impacted in some way, whether it's good or bad. If it's bad, if I'm just really irritating everybody that watches it, then and nobody's getting anything out of it, then no point in putting it up there, because I'm not here to irritate anybody. I'm here to promote truth and integrity. And as I say, when I end all these things just about, is, seek truth and pray to the Creator for truth. And if you are looking for truth and really want truth, then you will find truth. I'm very confident about that. Have a good day.